Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Today starting out looks very similar to yesterday. Starting out with my big bowl of banana and ice cream, but if you can tell I'm a little bit more alert than I was yesterday. Today is market day here in Hocko. It's our Friday farmers market and I'm going to eat this big bowl of ice cream. And then go and buy my greens for the week. So that was one of the big reasons I wanted to do, maybe two of these back to back or in close proximity because I have different stuff at different time, and that was a good time to do it because yesterday I'm right the day before the market and I'm out of my greens, and then I'll eat differently today because I'll be stocking up on my greens again. Hopefully I'm going to get kale today. Last week they didn't have kale for some reason, and I just picked up the slack with spinach. I got some extra arugula, several lettuces, but I need my kale, so keeping my fingers crossed. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, just back from the farmer's market. It was a good morning. Got some fresh orange juice here. I'm going to have to figure out a way to buy some of his oranges at the Friday farmer's market because I can get fresh orange juice every day, but this is better. These are better. I don't know if he picks the oranges at a more, or lets the oranges ripen a little bit more or what, but oh yeah, this Friday orange juice is definitely a lot better. So I'm going to have 32 ounces of this, and then we'll get into some greens. Lots and lots of lovely greens this morning. Just a little sample here. Got about 5 or 6 bunches of this kale. Not as much arugula this week because I have my kale again, and I have some spinach in there and a couple of lettuces. So anyhow, I'll be back to you guys in a little bit to see what we're going to eat today. It's always different. That's why I wanted to do 2 of these like back to back, because sometimes I do. If I have like a very similar week or everything's going the same that week, I will just get into a pattern of eating pretty much on autopilot and eating the same thing. But generally I mix it up depending on what day of the week it is, how many greens I've got, what I've got going on that particular day. So I think it benefits not to do just one, but do a couple or 3 of them to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like overall, and not just one day, because you might be thinking like, well, I couldn't just repeat this one day over and over. Well, I don't either. Anyhow, I'll be back to you guys in a bit. Alrighty, it's 10:30 and I'm finally getting to the green, and this is a dank green smoothie here. I haven't been getting my greens in this past week. I didn't buy quite enough, and to be quite honest, like buying my greens once a week just isn't quite working. I think I'm going to have to put some effort into it and hump it midweek over to a little shop in the little next town over and get some greens. But anyhow, catching up today. Now this smoothie is similar to the ones yesterday, but beefed up a lot. Pardon the pun on the beefed up. Basically what I was doing, I did this smoothie a while back, or within the last week or two. I start with bananas, but instead of pouring water in there, I juiced a bunch of spinach and arugula. So I got a nice good base of spinach, so I poured that in there, blended that with the first batch of bananas. Then I stuffed as much kale as I could cram in here, blended that. Then I put a scoop of my spirulina in there, put a little blackstrap molasses, put about 2 or 3 more bananas, and there you go. This is about a 6 banana smoothie here, but the bananas are a little bit smaller than yesterday. So this one is heavy on the green. Still doesn't taste bad. I like this kind of stuff. I like spirulina. This may not be, now sometimes when you're getting into the super heavy green like this, taste-wise, this might not be the most appealing to everybody, but at some point, like, I'm not saying go beyond taste to where nothing you eat, taste doesn't matter, but sometimes we get certain things like this that I know what's in there, I know what it's doing for me, so the taste, even though it's not the most pleasing in the world, don't get me wrong, this is good to me. I'm just saying some people might not appreciate this one as much, but anyhow, I'm going to drink this one down, and we'll be doing another one of these now. A lot of times I'll make one right after another, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm ready to drink 2 of these just back to back, but I'm going to drink this one, probably wait about half an hour or an hour, and drink the next one around 11:30, 12 o'clock. So anyhow, I'm going to have my second smoothie. I won't come back just for the second smoothie, but I will come back to you on the next one after I have my 2 smoothies. All right, ready for that last meal of the day. Had a good workout at the gym this afternoon. Got a few things done. Ready for dinner. All right, tonight is different. I needed some greens. I needed some roughage in me, so I've been missing my cabbage. I've been missing my cauliflower. So tonight, big old bowl. You won't be able to see it on the very bottom is a head of broccoli. Then I've got a head of red leaf lettuce, and then I have about a half a head of red cabbage, purple cabbage, chopped up in the dehydrator, and I got some onions on there. And we're going to top this off with, like I told you last night, went with a fat dressing last night, fat-free tonight. Actually, this is probably my favorite dressing of my fat-free for sure. All this is just mango, red pepper, jalapeno, and a little splash of Bragg's. So there you have it. 2 days of how I eat. I would say today, you know, no day's ever going to be perfect. I mean, I could watch these videos and tear them apart and say, okay, I didn't get this done, I didn't eat this, I didn't do that, but always trying to move towards that. Had about, if we're just roughly guesstimating the calories, had about roughly 20 bananas, so about 2,000 calories there, about 32 ounces of orange juice, about 400 or 500 calories there, then a couple of, at least 2 mangoes in this, so real close, maybe just shy of 3,000, but very close to that 3,000 mark that I'm always shooting for. And I did some counting yesterday, and I think I was very close to that 3,000 mark yesterday. So just a couple of days in a row of how I eat. The next time, I'm not going to do another one obviously right off the bat tomorrow, but the next time I'm eating, I can maybe anticipate that I'm going to eat differently for the day, and it's a way that I eat sometimes. I'll do a video. But then again, I've already done a video where I'm doing nothing but green smoothies. I don't know. Anyhow, you guys get an idea of how I roll. This is, the last 2 days is very good example. Pretty common of how I eat. So, hope you like this one. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. See you guys again tomorrow. Peace.